Hey everybody, Chris back here again with another mostly medical update. Excited about some of the breakthroughs I've been experiencing and just wanted to share that with you guys and keep you up to date on what we're doing. The day I put out the last video, I had asked for, specifically for prayer about sleeping, and that very day was the first day that I took a couple of naps without any pain pills. And I think it might have been the next night. It had been that night. And anyway, Lori had an idea of what I should do, of just a couple of things I should take and do to help sleep better at night, because I really just didn't want to get on a hardcore sleeping pill. And anyway, that has been working really well. I still need more sleep, but I've been sleeping, 4, 5, 6 hours a night on some of these nights, which is just amazing. Total change from, 2 hours at a time. And so it's really excited about but that was something that God just answered that prayer, almost instantly that day that we put that out. So that's really pretty exciting. It might be 2 mornings ago now, I was able to put my sock on my right foot, which for me was, that was kind of a big mental win. I don't know why, but just one of the struggles that I'd had even in the hospital was that I could not get a sock on my right foot. It's like this barrier to being independent. And so I was like, oh, can you come help me put my sock on? And so, I've been kind of sitting in my chair in the bed and just stretching my knee, pulling it close to me and kind of giving it time to just stretch because the muscles were so tight. And so a couple of days ago, I was able to get a sock on my foot by myself, and then I did it a couple of times so it was repeatable. And that was a really big win, because that was just one of those things where it seems kind of silly, but it was really frustrating because it was like the big hurdle to feeling independent. I still need a lot of help with a lot of things, but I can do them. It's just that it's obviously easier for other people to help with many of those things. But knowing that I can do some of the stuff myself just makes me feel a little more independent and confident about just keep continuing to push forward and try and get new things done. And so I think it was that same day that I put my sock on a couple days ago, we got the ramp in the mail, which is for our big white van. I could not get into the big white van. We'd been borrowing a car to go to my appointment and just some different, if I needed to do anything, I couldn't go in my vehicle. And so we ordered this ramp, and I was able to get up in the ramp with crutches and get into a seat. And now we can go places together as a family, which is amazing. We did that the other day. We went to a mall, and I also got a walker that doubles as a wheelchair, so I can walk around with it if I need to. I can sit down, and it's got a place for my feet, and people can push me, which was good because we were there at the mall for several hours and had a great time. I've got another pair of shoes that I can put on by myself again. That was just another big important thing for me. I got to stand in the mall. They had ping pong and air hockey tables and stuff just set up throughout the mall. And so I was able to go to one of the air hockey tables. I stood there with my hand on the table, the chair behind me, and I was able to play air hockey with Halal. And he beat me because he's, really good at stuff like that, 5-1 or something like that. But it was a joy to be able to stand in that space and play that game with him. I've been practicing my guitar, which has been a real challenge for me to figure out how to hold it, because my guitars I have 2 here, but one's a real old beater guitar, and then one's my really nice guitar. And I haven't really been wanting to do the nice guitar. I've kind of given that over to Halal for this season. He's using it for his schooling with IHOP-U, and so I was like, I don't want to break this. You just take it and use it. I'm going to use the spare guitar, but it's so bulky, my arm has to go up like this to get over the guitar, or I have to lay it flat on my lap to kind of play, which is kind of awkward. So I can kind of lay in my bed. Some of you might have seen the videos we did a worship session last night in my room. and I just laid on the bed and played, and it was beautiful. It was such a sweet thing to worship together as a family again. It's the first time we've been able to do that with me actually being involved. So I'm pretty excited about that. And so I just, again, these are big wins for us. And I know some of you have prayed for those things. God is answering those prayers. Thank you. Some of you have donated to us in this season, and we are using the money to buy things so that I can function with my family and be normal. And it is such a blessing, encouragement in my life, my heart, to my wife and my kids, like to the people around us, to see me be able to do these things, to make these steps of progress. It's just so huge that I can interact with people in these ways. So thank you again. Thank you. I'm not going to stop saying thank you, because I'm not going to stop being thankful. I'm just so grateful for God and his provision and what he's doing. And I'm going to keep pushing forward with the music thing. I'm working on trying to do maybe just like a half-hour worship and prayer session within a 2-hour session next week with somebody else, so that I don't have to do the whole thing if I can't make it that far. But I want to try and lead at least a half hour of that. And then we've got a couple things still coming up in July that I'm going to push into. And so I'm just developing that endurance, like how long can I stand, how can I play guitars like this. And then I've still got the little guitar coming. They're doing an engraving on it to personalize it with the name Victor and the date that I fell and got the new name. So that might take a little bit, but I'm guessing it'll be, in the next week or two, that will come. And so I'll be able to use that guitar a lot more freely. The doctor report, so I had a doctor appointment Wednesday, and the doctor said I was doing better than expected, which, we probably kind of already knew, because we'd had these moments of breakthrough and stuff. So that was encouraging. I got my staples out of my leg. I had 27 staples in my leg, just in a couple of different, I think I have four main incisions and then a couple of small ones by my knee. So I was just relieved to get those staples out of my leg. It was just kind of itchy and uncomfortable. Basically, as far as traveling and things like that goes, the doctor said that if I go home to South Dakota, I have to fly. I shouldn't be driving that far. And that if I fly, I need to get on a blood thinner where you get shots in your belly, something like that. And then if I do traveling around locally here, I need to be on aspirin. And I really shouldn't be traveling for more than an hour, 2 hours max at a time, where we stop and get out, move around, exercise, do some stuff, get back in, keep driving another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Same kind of thing. So it's going to be a slow moving process to do any traveling, but I still feel really positive, like it's okay to do it. So that's just really encouraging. And I'm supposed to start physical therapy on Monday. That's exciting, kind of get the big picture going with that, get a care plan set up, and see where that all takes me, so I can really know what the big picture long-term plan is for what's going to get me into full recovery the fastest. And so and probably really in the next month, my thought is that I should just stay here where we're at, as long as it's working and the people here have said we can, which is just, again, a huge blessing and a miracle to me. To be here the next month, to get through some physical therapy, just get some of these things under my belt. The 6-week mark, which is my next appointment, my 1-month follow-up from the last one, is 6 weeks after surgery, was where where they expect a few of those big hurdles to be overcome as well, where you might be able to get past constant use of a walker and that kind of stuff. So that will give me potentially a little more flexibility as well, and those kind of things. So it's just one day at a time, one step at a time, but every day I'm trying to push forward and make progress, and yet still just be patient and take care of myself and rejoice in the little things, like put my sock on, and I'm so excited about it. So I'm really thrilled about it all, honestly. It's like it's like getting a new life. Everybody celebrates like toddler things. Like, did you go potty by yourself? Woohoo! Did you get dressed today? Woohoo! Like, did you do this? And so we're going through all of that, but it's fun, and I'm still choosing to just have a good attitude about it, to just lean into the joy of the Lord being my strength. And it is. He's there. He's with us. Really, really just, it's a precious thing to feel like God is leading my life in this, and to walk these things out with him the best that I know how. And so I just want to encourage you all in this. If you're still listening at the end of this, God wants to walk with you and lead you in your life too. Like, this isn't just, again, I say this, but this isn't just a Chris thing. Like, he wants us all to do this. He wants us all to lean into him, to hear his voice, to try and follow him. And when we make mistakes and we stumble, when we break our leg, we get back up and we just keep going. We keep loving him. We keep following him. We keep serving him. We keep giving our lives to him. We don't get mad about things not going the way we wanted them to. We surrender that completely and accept his grace and his mercy and his peace and his joy in our lives by his Spirit. And it is such a better way to live. And so I just want to encourage you all in that as well. Like, lean into Jesus, lean into following him, lean into whatever that looks like for you, because it doesn't necessarily look the same as it does for me, but lean into it. It's worth it. It's worth it to make sacrifices and let things go, to sometimes just change the pace and the course of life, to take more time to listen, to follow and obey. It's worth it. So I encourage you all to do that. God bless you. Thank you. Keep praying. And I'll give you another update next week after I do some physical therapy and that kind of stuff. Bye-bye.